I don't see very many teachers, and I've seen a lot of teachers, I've hired a lot of teachers, I've worked with a lot of teachers, I've trained a lot of teachers. I see very, very, very few teachers who aren't pretty good at teaching. I see some who are just unbelievably capable. But they're all pretty good at what they do. What I'm seeing is increasingly large numbers of students who come to school not prepared to learn, whose parents don't expect them to learn, who have no behavioral standards, and when disciplinary action has to be taken involving malbehavior among students, parents turn into jailhouse lawyers, and suddenly the teacher's wrong, the school district's wrong, the school board's wrong, and the next conversation they want to have involves an attorney. And I can't for the life of me fathom that, although I see it beyond just the academic piece of what we do. When I see smaller and smaller turnouts for athletic teams, it's because, again, many students and their parents would rather have them play with video games, stay home, sleep late, walk the streets, or whatever else they do, rather than doing what it takes to become a successful member of an athletics team. That same thing happens academically. And we need to do something about that, and it's time we stopped blaming schools. It is not schools that are the major problem. Schools can get better, sure. They can get more efficient, certainly. They can develop more options, certainly. But none of that's going to happen. We've got to get kids thirsty enough so that they go in and learn. Our youngsters are not thirsty, they're not hungry, they're not growing up in the levels of poverty that we experienced as youngsters. They all have indoor plumbing, color television, cell phones, $150 shoes, and on and on. That's poverty in the United States. Air conditioning, a pickup truck and a four-wheeler, that's poverty in the United States. And kids don't have that need to succeed and escape from that. I can remember when kids escaped athletically from that in this part of the world. They didn't want to go to the mill. They didn't want to go to the coal mine. They hoped they could get an athletic scholarship. Well, let me tell you, college is cheaper than it's ever been. In fact, it's free to a large extent, and there is no excuse for anyone not getting a higher education experience unless they absolutely don't want it. It is there, it's affordable, it's accessible, and any kid who wants to go can go. And what we have is a situation where there's no imperative to go. You know, we grew up climbing a rope ladder and it was burning behind us. Now, if you can't make it, or choose not to make it, or don't even want to get out of bed and try to make it, it doesn't matter. Somebody is going to feed you, somebody's going to give you a place to live, somebody's going to give you a cell phone, somebody is going to take care of you, somebody's going to give you all your health care. Why do you want to get off your butt and do anything?